This video was actually suggested by one of you guys that watch my videos, so thank you to Dorian for suggesting a Megumi video. Hey, what's up guys, my name is Karu, and in this video I'll be telling you why Megumi Fushiguro could potentially become a villain. Now I know I'm crossing a dangerous line here, but just hear me out. This theory was based on a lot of factors from the series that includes Sukuna's plans, Toji Fushiguro, and even Suguru Geto. So if that interests you, then let's get right into it. Starting us off is a theory that we know all too well, but if you're not caught up, it's pretty much that Sukuna has big plans of using Megumi for his resurrection, and the way he could do this is by becoming one of Megumi's Shikigami, or at least be summoned through the ritual. Now how he plans to tempt Megumi into summoning him, we won't know for sure, until we see it in the series, but I think Sukuna will most likely use Tsumiki as a hostage. For those of you that don't know, Tsumiki is Megumi's sister, who was cursed and is currently in a coma, which is why Sukuna might use this to his advantage. Sort of like, if you don't summon me, I'll kill her, or something along those lines. At which, Megumi would pretty much be under Sukuna's control, and Sukuna can use him to kill non-sorcerers, kill Yuji, or any of the other Jujutsu sorcerers for that matter. Now I know that wasn't much of an explanation, mainly because there's not much to go off of. But we know that Sukuna is definitely interested in Megumi, and that's why I proposed the theory. That being said, I do have more concrete theories up ahead. So for those of you that read the manga, we know that Toji was a guy who left it all behind when he left his family, even abandoning his own. Because how can you love something when you were never given love in the first place? Toji left his kids simply because he doesn't care anymore, but we all know that this isn't true, because Megumi was still the last thought in his head while he was on the brink of death. This sort of contradiction of ideas tells us that Toji's way of dealing with his emotions was to suppress them, pretend that he doesn't care when in fact he just doesn't know how to accept it. As a result, he threw his life away. He went crazy, and instead of running away, he stayed and fought Gojo knowing he would die. But how does this link to Megumi? Well, despite Toji not being around, Megumi did in fact end up like him. We see this when Gojo first meets Megumi when he was still a first grader. Right when Gojo is about to tell him about his father, Megumi insists that he doesn't care about his dad or where he is. Again, he doesn't care. We all know he's lying because kids want parents. They want someone to be there for them. Yet Megumi is dealing with his emotions by pretending like they're not there, suppressing them deep inside himself like Toji did. What I'm trying to get at with these examples is that Megumi is currently a mirror image of Toji Fushiguro. And like Toji, if he keeps suppressing and suppressing his emotions, he's eventually going to lose it, turn his back on society, and lead a dangerous life. We actually catch a glimpse of this when he's backed into a corner and recklessly summons Mahoraga, knowing full well that it's a suicidal move. You see the clear similarities between Megumi and Toji here, so if Megumi doesn't learn to accept his emotions, he's going to end up as a detriment to his friends and the Jujutsu world as a whole. By the way, if you're liking the video so far, make sure to subscribe and click the bell for more Jujutsu Kaisen content. And lastly, we have a direct result of someone who lost their way in the Jujutsu world, Suguru Geto. And no, not this guy, but this guy. Geto believed that Jujutsu exists to protect non-Jujutsu users. For him, that was the right thing to do. While Megumi believes that Jujutsu exists to ensure good people are given more chances to live. For him, that was the right thing to do. See, they're both similar in that they both use their Jujutsu for the sake of other people rather than for themselves. They're selfless. Gojo himself told Megumi that he could become way stronger than Yuji if he gave it his all, rather than taking the bunt like he did in that baseball game. Even Sukuna sees how strong Megumi can be, otherwise he wouldn't have let him live or saved him from Mahoraga. And Geto is the same. While not being as strong as Gojo, the brain that pilots Geto's body has stated that Geto could have won against Yuta if he hadn't divided his forces. Geto divided his forces because he wanted to protect them, knowing that some of them would die when fighting Yuta. And Megumi does the same when he tells Yuji to leave him when they were up against the special grade finger bearer. Again, establishing the fact that they prioritize others above themselves. But we soon find out that they can't save everyone they care about. For Geto, this was when he and Gojo were assigned to protect Riko, the star vessel for Tengen, but was inevitably killed by Toji Fushiguro. Unable to save a non-sorcerer, the very thing he swore to protect, this shattered Geto and his morals, eventually leading him to a path of killing all non-sorcerers. Now you must be wondering where Megumi fits into this. Well, as of a few chapters ago, the brain had awakened all those he cursed and plans to use them as weapons, including Tsumiki, Megumi's sister. Now we know that Megumi is out cold right now, but how do you think he'll react once he finds out his sister, the one he cares about the most, is being used as a weapon? And honestly, if he goes crazy like Geto did before, I can't really blame him for that. Only time will tell. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. There was a lot of information in this one, and it took me so long to research and reread them. So if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe to stay tuned for more Jujutsu Kaisen content. But as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.